Okay, Miranda Lambert, Little Red Wagon CVT lesson for Jeff. This is part 2. I'm only able to record up to about 21 minutes. That actually timed itself perfectly so I could switch over to the acoustic. It's B standard, 2.5 steps flat. Listen how low this is. That is a B. Everything's deep. There's some slap bass technique coming up in this. It's a short part, but really cool. I don't know how you're going to do this stuff live, man, without a second guitar player, or even a third when you get that capo involved. So we'll see how, I'll see what you think about that. 1:57 in. We have 7 on the G, 9 on the B, and 10 on the high E. Okay, so, and we're going to be doing some alternate strumming on this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. You can check them individually. Make sure you're hearing the clarity there. Also, Jeff, with your index, I'm muting the D string with the tip of it. I suggest you, if you're not using that technique, definitely start working on that. Not just for the song, but anything, even solos. It'll keep everything clean. We're doing downs and ups. It's real easy to overshoot and hit that D string. You got about that much space. So if we're muting it, it's not going to be an issue. Just a safe way to approach it. Down, up, down, up, down, up, rest. By rest, you just stick your hand over the strings. And then you'll hear, the bass. Or, so it'll be like, or, you know what I mean? That's this tag thing going on back and forth, but this is just the acoustic part. And then get rid of the index. We don't need it. And we're going to go 9B, 10E. Well, we were already there, so it's just a matter of eliminating that finger. The strumming I put was up, down, rest, and then down, up. And that final up would be a barred 7th fret on the E and B. You can switch that strum pattern the complete opposite. The important part is that you copy that feel. Slow down. And you can hear the rests in there. That stuff's important. You wouldn't want to go. That's some part of the dynamic of this song, and believe me, there's tons of dynamics as you're finding out. Okay, the next one, 11G with your middle finger. Purposely angle that to mute the B, and by purposely, you're naturally probably going to do that anyways, so that's a good thing. There are times we want to mute, there are times we don't. This is one of the times we want to, and it's going to be natural, you'll see. First finger, 10 on the high E, and this will go down, up, down, up, down, up. But the final up, you're going to move this a whole step sharp up to 13 and 12, which will sound like this. Also, like I was saying a second ago, we're doing downs and ups, so with that middle finger, I'm actually muting the D string there as well. Allows me that much more room to overshoot when I'm strumming. It also allows you to kind of hit with a little more force. So it's just a good thing all the way around. Down, up, down, change. Whole step, 2 frets higher. Then it kind of is setting up for the little slap thing. You'll go 14D. Middle finger is what I'm using. Quick rest. And then move it over to 13 and slide that over to 11. So you got, and they're really odd notes. Once you get to the 11D, we're going to go 12B, back to 11D, back to 12B. So we got B, D, B. Technically D, B, D, B, if you're counting that 13 slide. Right? And then to end that, 2 octaves, 12A, 14G. I'm muting the D string. I'm muting the low E to be safe. I'm actually muting the B string with this 3rd finger. And I'm actually muting the high E with this. So now I can actually hit all 6. I'm not saying you have to go that extreme with your muting, but you can see how important that is. You figure you're playing live. I mean, if you're just sitting there, you know, in your room and just being super careful, yeah. But muting allows you to be able to, you know, run around on stage even and make sure that it's clean. So we'll hit the A through G and then go up to 14, 16. So we had this. Wait. Yeah. There it is. And then the slap bass comes in at 207. The part we just did was 205. And you know, a lot of guitar players don't know slap style. It's more of a bass player thing. But I play bass, and slap happens to be my favorite funk for bass. What you want to do, kind of hold your hand like this. We got to put that pick somewhere. That's a good spot. We're going to use our thumb. And what I want you to do, that's notated in your tabs as a circled T. Come down on that low E string. And you're going to do a hammer onto the 2nd fret. But as soon as you get to the 2nd fret, slide it up to fret 7 and then do a rest. So it's... So you got a hammer on. We're not relying on a pick, so it's all technique. One of the first things I learned with slap was getting used to that force. A lot of times people go to do it and it's, you can't leave that finger on there. Imagine taking like a pencil or something and going flick. It's got to have that type of motion or attack where it's like boom, hitting it and coming out. Same concept here. Kind of got the fingers curled up here. And yep, you can touch strings 5 through 1 if you're worried about hitting those as well, but you'd want to be over here because we're hammering to fret 2. So hammer to 2, slide into 7. Once you get there, we rest, and then put down the pressure again. Take your thumb, just like we did on the open, but apply it to fret 7. So we had this. Right after that, I can hear 2 mutes where he's coming down and going. So to achieve that, you were up at fret 7, just set these fingers down and relieve the pressure to where it's all muted. Take your thumb, drop it down on the E. If it hits the A, no biggie because it's not a note, right? It's a mute. And then take your index or middle and stick it underneath the D string and pluck, pull it outwards. So you have this. I know it seems crazy if you've never done that. It's a complete other world of playing. So oops. Okay, then after that, we're going to go 2, 5, and 7 on the E, and that will all be achieved with the thumb. Like that. And then it's almost done, believe it or not. Hit the 7 again, then move it up to 9. And we're gonna hit that. We're gonna bend, release a whole step, so it'll go. So I'm making it look easy, I know, but get that thumb in and out quick. So we have. So after you do the bend release, then go 7, 9, 7. Da 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 da. Great subgroup there, and that's a good little exercise for you to get used to just using the thumb. Can't think of a better one as far as in this section. And then go over to fret 5 on the low E. And you're gonna hit that with the thumb and then do a hammer onto fret 7. So it's do 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 do. And you can hit it, man. You can hit it hard. You don't want to be shy when you're doing the muting. You're hearing probably a lot of noise, but I'm not plugged in. So imagine plugged in, it's really gonna amplify it naturally. So, and there you go. That's it for the slap acoustic guitar. Dude, this is the craziest CVT lesson I've ever done, and I've done some crazy ones. I've done ones that didn't even have guitar in them, and I've done ones that I've had to just convert into a guitar song in a different style. But I love it, man. I live for this stuff. So, almost done here. We're finished with the acoustic. Like I said, Jeff, what you're going to do there in the live setting, I don't know. But that's what we got going on in the studio. The last timestamp you gave me was 3:02 and 3:12. So at 3:02 we're into some rhythmic stuff, and this is where you can hear the wah-wah pedal kick in too. It goes. And that's going to go 4 times. So 2nd fret E 3 times. Rest, slide to 7. As soon as you get to 7, hit it. And then go to the 9th fret. And you'll see double dots 4x. So you're going to do that 4 times. Let's do that. And then at 3:12, oh, this was the part. Okay, yeah, you said the train part. I remember reading that going, what? The train part? I get it. It's 11, 13, 14, G, B, and E. Didn't we use something similar to this earlier? I don't know if it was in the acoustic part or something. But anyways, on this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a change. Oops. I'm forgetting the tempo here. It sounded to me, Jeff, like total finger picking, like plucking style, where you'd go thumb, index, middle. The thumb would handle the G, index would be offset behind it on the B, and middle would be offset behind the index on the high E string. So you've got a finger for each string down there, thumb, index, middle. And you would go, you got to pinch them together. So the thumb naturally is going to be going this way. These 2 fingers are going to be coming up this way, but don't get too far away from yourself because you got to go right back to it. It's 6 times. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we need 11, 14, 14. So I would bar that, or you can, if you wanted to try and scoot that 3rd finger there, you'll have to kind of experiment. Everyone's different as far as finger preference, but that's the first one. Okay, there's 3 of them. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. There we go. I was doing it too short. Thought so. If you have to, think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, change. Okay, the next one, you don't have to do any changing, but it's the same beat as far as being 7 times. So you would go 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that'd be your count there too. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So from 3:012, slowed down. That's it. Bizarreness. I'm totally like in love with this tune, man. You know, I did like a free lesson on my channel of the rhythm stuff in here, and I remember I'll always go to like some of the live stuff, Jeff, to check it out for hand placement stuff. And then when you had me do this, I remembered there being a 𝐂𝐄𝐒 live, you know, but live, you know how it is, man. You play in a band, it's not always the same as you may do it in the studio, for lots of reasons. A lot of times the singers, and they need things pitched into different keys for them or whatever, and a 𝐂𝐄𝐒 is a way to do that. But that was just a real surfaceable, you know, basic rhythm. It wasn't even the whole song. This was the nitty gritty, the pieces of gold of this song from this guitar player that is just phenomenal, man. And you won't hear me say that a lot really on this channel. I mean, not because I don't think there's great players, there's amazing players out there. This dude is really, you know, grade A, you know, pick, top of the top pick, man. And probably a studio guy that is a session player that does stuff for other bands, and they know who to call, man. These places, they can do it. They can do it all. And this guy really hit it with some innovation. So it's going to be a little tricky, dude. It's going to be difficult. I don't know when your performance is with your band where you're playing this, but you're one of my students, and that's part of the thing, man. If you get stuck and have some questions, please hit me up. I had a blast doing it. It's good. It's like food for me musically to get to do stuff. And stick it through a microscope to this degree was just beauteous.